So, like I was saying, nothing taught me more about heat control than an egg. Because no matter what form, cooking eggs requires a delicate touch. But for a long time, all of my eggs would end up like rubber. For too long, my steaks were leather, and chicken was either a crapshoot between stone gray or sickly pink. That's because I treated heat like a binary thing, either everything or nothing. And that means my cooking was more about luck than about control. No matter how fresh your ingredients, how well you season, or how thoroughly you prepare, it will be for naught if you are not able to wield a culinary flame. For cooks, heat isn't a tool, it's a partner. Lesson 6, straight into the fire. Whether with a gas range, an oven, a hot plate, a grill, or even a campfire, cooks need to be in sync with their heat source. Real cooking isn't an infomercial. We can't set and forget. You need to be able to accurately ballpark the intensity of your flame without even looking at it. And that kind of thing doesn't just happen. That deeper connection, we need to work at it. And that starts with understanding. So, how do we start to understand an inanimate element that would cold-heartedly burn the entire world to death if it could? We don't need to bust out the textbooks, but a little education can go a long way. Culinary heat comes in many different forms. They each have their specialties, and they can be combined to make all the methods of cooking that we all know and love. Baking, braising, broiling, boiling, frying, poaching, simmering, searing, stewing, smoking, toasting, roasting, and all the others. Trying your hand and learning all of these methods will teach you just how versatile fire can be and when it's best to use each method. For example, great stir fry comes from high, fast, direct heat, while low, slow, and indirect makes for better ribs. But you know, we're still not in complete control yet, so let's go a little bit deeper. I mean, let's take a look at fire. It breathes. It grows. It eats. And it dies. It's almost alive, and that's how you should treat it. Partly because it's always best to keep an air of respect when handling dangerous things, but also because cooking, good cooking, is all about relationships. The relationship between flavors, between colors and textures, between you and your eaters. You have to embolden the one between you and your flame, because fire doesn't just heat food, it changes it physically, molecularly. It has the power to transform that piece of broccoli, or that slab of pork, or that mishmash of powders and fluids to birth an entirely new piece of food. Remember, heat isn't a setting, it's a partner. And cooking is a conversation between you and your flame. And just like any other conversation, it is rude, and in this case kind of dangerous, to just leave the conversation halfway through while the other person's talking. A good conversation requires focus and attention. Observe what your food is doing and where it's going, and communicate that to your fire to make a better outcome. Do that so much that it becomes second nature, and you will find that all the relationships in your kitchen will strengthen, and that the food that you cook will get that much more scrumptious. Cook well, eat well.
Wait. I told you we need more practical advice.
Well, what does that mean, practical advice?
Okay, that's it.
No, where are you going? Fine. But we're just gonna have to make it quick, alright? Because there's not much time left. 1. High heat is for flavor on the outside and low heat is for flavor on the inside. 2. A great sear with great flavor comes from a really hot pan. 3. Preheat your damn ovens and get some thermometers. The dials on your ovens may be liars. 4. Food continues to cook even after you stop cooking it, so just think about that from now on, would you? And 5. In general, when in doubt, turn the heat down just a little bit. Because while food can always be sent back to the kitchen, once it's burned, it cannot be saved. Good?
Yep, good.
Good. Cook well, eat well, live well. Finally, are you happy now? Practical advice. Practical advice!